Hello, this is Zlata and you are now watching Violin and Viola TV. This episode is how to adjust your shoulder rest and to play comfortably. And I got a question about this from Dorothy. Zlata, could you do a video on shoulder rest? I mean, like how to adjust it to each person's best fit, what is the best one and how to recognize the best one. Why what works for me might not be what works for you, and so on. Please, I know I need serious help here. I've already spent a small fortune trying to find one that works. What would be interesting around this topic to see is my other two episodes. One is about if you should have a shoulder rest, a shoulder pad or nothing at all. So that's about the discussion of playing with or without a shoulder rest. And another video of me is about how to release the tension in your neck while playing, which talks about aspects of your violin hold. Sometimes, you know, a shoulder rest or a chin rest can't compensate for a bad balance or a bad hold. So you might want to check whether you're holding your violin the right way. I will link to those videos below. And I will talk in this video just about adjusting your shoulder rest. Okay, so you can find the other topics in other videos. What I have is a Violin Augustine Diamond shoulder rest, and you can just adjust it a bit in height and in width, and you can turn the feet a little bit. Well, first of all, the shoulder rest must follow your collarbone very well. So you must feel the shoulder rest all the way. So you shouldn't feel it just having pressure here or just there. It must be a little bit in balance and follow the shape of your body. That's very important. Well, I have a shoulder rest that you can't bend because it's made of a very nice looking wood. And coincidentally, and that's also with people who play with a kun, coincidentally this follows the shape of my body quite nicely. So I'm lucky with that. If you can't find a shoulder rest that has this, then you might consider the Wolf Forte Secundo. That's this one, and you can bend it because it's not made of wood or plastic, it's made of metal, and you can bend it into the shape of your collarbone. So that's very useful. So the shape must follow your body, and then it's also important to have the rest tilted in a way. My rest is not able to tilt, but I've got my violin a bit like this and not there. So I feel this whole pad on my collarbone. So I don't just feel it pressure a little bit there only, or a little bit there, or just on the edge of it. I just feel this whole pad, and that's important when you select a shoulder rest. Then with this one, this Wolf shoulder rest, you can tilt it. So let me put down my violin and get this example. If you are holding your violin perhaps a bit higher, then it doesn't follow your shape of your body. So you only feel this little edge, and with the Wolf Forte Secundo, you see you can tilt it a little bit. So then it fits kind of better. So then you can still hold the violin straight, while the pad is following the shape of your body going down like that, because your shoulder doesn't go like this. So you can adjust that a little bit. Then you have to adjust it in height, and that's also a thing, depending on the corner that you want to have your violin in. So do you want it a little bit like this, or do you want it a little bit more to the front like that? And that depends on if you're adjusting it in height. You can adjust it in different heights. For example, if you have a shoulder that goes down quite steep, then you can make this one a bit higher, so the violin comes a bit like this and not all the way like that. The width of the shoulder rest, well, that depends on how far you want the shoulder rest to be on the violin. If you make it very wide, then the shoulder rest goes down a bit and it comes more on the edge of your shoulder, while if you make it a little bit narrower, then it goes up on the violin, so it becomes more here on your shoulder. So experiment what's best for you. I like my shoulder rest not to limit my shoulder in movement, so I want to be able to do this with my shoulder rest while holding the violin. Well, not all the time, of course, but I want to be a little bit free in my movement, otherwise my shoulder gets very stiff. So I don't want a rest that rests on my shoulder, because I think that limits me in my movement, and when I'm limited in my movement, my muscles tend to tense up and I'm not comfortable. So here are some tips to adjust your shoulder rest. And the Wolford Secundo is the shoulder rest that is adjustable in most ways comparing to other shoulder rests. So you have to see that the pad follows the shape of your body, that it's tilted in the right way, that the height on both sides is okay, and that it's not too wide or not too narrow. So I hope this helps you, Dorothy, in combination with the other videos that I made about shoulder rest, chin rest and playing comfortably. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!